Alright, everyone. Thank you for watching. Now, these past few days, there have been posts on X made by Zack Snyder showing photos of Henry Cavill as Superman, and it has people speculating and spreading rumors whether or not the Snyderverse will return. And as a former DC fan, I have to say that I am totally against the Snyderverse returning. The Snyderverse is a cynical and uninspired version of the true iconic, hopeful, and inspiring DC universe. This uninspired universe starts with Man of Steel in 2013. Zack Snyder decided to have Superman portrayed as a sullen, inwardly conflicted, and callous individual. Zack Snyder believes that in the real world that superheroes would not be noble and altruistic. He believes that they would have many negative traits, and he exemplifies this with his approach to Superman. He has Superman be badly raised by the Kents. Instead of the Kents raising Clark Kent to be a noble hero who uses his powers for the benefit of mankind, Zack Snyder thought it would be best that if Superman should withdraw from society and not use his powers for the good of mankind. In fact, Zack Snyder even had a scene in which Superman allowed his father, Jonathan Kent, to die instead of using his powers to save him. This is totally against the true iconic character of Superman, who would use his powers to save his father. And then there's Batman. Batman's a little complicated given his history in the Golden Age, but the Zack Snyder version of Batman is a terrorist that fights villains. Now, it's true that in the Golden Age of comics, Batman did kill, but still, at the same time, he did not have this negative outlook on life that made him see everyone as a potential enemy that should be confronted before they do something bad. This Batman was very wild and destructive. I want to show you this scene, but YouTube may copyright strikes, so I should be on the side of caution and just, show this pause clip. But this version of Batman is tactless. He is very wild and destructive. I feel more safe with the villains than him. And then this scene during the showdown with Batman versus Superman. This scene has been widely mocked and derided for the fact that the fight was ended because of the fact that Batman and Superman's mother both have the name Martha. Enough said there. I don't think I need to go on anymore about that. In this version of Doomsday, it's just awful. Not only is it really bad special effects, it was inaccurate because it's made from the corpse of Zod with a genetic sample from Lex Luthor. And here again, we have superheroes fighting, which Zack Snyder seems to love in the Justice League if Superman is revived. And then we have this version of the Flash, who's some bizarre combination between Wally West and Barry Allen, played by Ezra Miller, who starred in the horribly derided and panned Flash movie, which is a historic failure not only for DC Comics but for Hollywood in general. And not to mention, we have this nightmare sequence in which Batman leads a group of lone survivors after Superman decides to become a tyrant and do evil things. Zack Snyder's Superman and DC Universe as a whole is a very negative, distorted version of the iconic DC Universe that should never be revisited. Thank you for watching.